So next about the text formatting styles. So there are different formatting styles for the text. We can format this text they're using different styles. So some of this I'll be showing out. Rest I told you, as I told you, you have to explore it more. You have to search for it. You have to study your own. Some of the basic things I'll be guiding you. First and foremost is the text decoration. Text decoration is mainly used, that means mainly it is applicable for the anchor tags. For the anchor tags, you can see as the output that there will be a line. See, click me, under that there will be a line providing under that every anchor tags. If you are going to create an anchor tag, all the anchor tags will be enclosed under a underline. So if I don't want to see any underline below an anchor tag, because most of the websites are being provided with a link without an anchor tag. So if I want to provide an anchor tag without any underline, I can provide that using the feature called text decoration. So I have to firstly call that particular anchor tag either using their class name or ID name, or directly by using the anchor tags. If I want to apply this text decoration to all the anchor tags, I can simply call A. So A is an anchor tag, which is the CSS selector name, and inside that we have to provide the property value, which is a text. So see, if I am providing the text, there are number of properties that has been already been inbuilt inside the Visual Studio. So among that, I am going to choose text decoration. So text decoration, they are providing the colors and all, but here I am going to provide it as a none. So if I am going to provide text decoration as none, all the decorations of that particular text, that is if any underline and all, it will be removed. As you can see here, earlier this click me anchor tag is being enclosed within an underline, but right now the underline is being hidden, that has been removed. That is only with the help of the text decoration property. Okay. Then we have another formats like a text transform. So text transform in the sense, see, you can see this click me is of the first word is of the first letter will be the capital letter, and all other letters will be in the small letter. That is a usually sentence casing. So this is of a sentence casing. Now I want to change the sentence casing to uppercase. That means I want to make all the letters as capital letters. That was achieved by using text transform. So text transform. See, we can see different options. From this, I am going to choose uppercase. So here we can see, if text decoration is uppercase, all the letter will be in the capital letter, that is in the uppercase format. Okay, so that is all about the text transform. And also there are options called letter spacing. For example, if I want to give a letter spacing, there is an option called letter spacing. If I want to provide a letter spacing of 0 to EM, so EM means it is a unit in order for providing instead of px. So px is nothing but pixel. I forgot to tell it. It has been already understood that 50 pixel means it is of px means pixel. So it is represents a size. Also em also represents a size, or it is a unit that represents. Most of them are telling like em means emphasis. Actually, while I check through the Google and all, there is no full form for the em. So it is just a unit like px, and for example, if for water it is called liter, like that. It's just a unit that represents the size. So if I am going to give the letter space as 0 to em, so each letter will be of this 0 to em size. So that is what letter spacing. Likewise, I can give the word spacing also. If I am going to give a 0.2 em, also there will be a slight variations only. Okay, so I can give a letter spacing if I want. Okay, not required. Likewise, we are having word spacing. So word spacing is a difference spacing between two words. So here click and me are two words. So in order to increase the space between the two words, I can use word spacing like to em. Okay, so that is of more space. See, so like this, so many features are there. Likewise, there is an option called line height between two sentences. Instead of usually we represent using the break line. That means that they have a specified height. The break line will be having a specified amount of height. If I want to specifically mention that two lines should be of difference, like a line height should be this much and this much, then we can provide that also, so that you can explore it more. Line height, list style is there. Okay, list style means we have provided with bullet points, right? UL bullet points are there. So if I want to provide that the list style to be of a square type, bullet points are usually of round shape, right? If I want to make it as a square shape, I can make it just by calling. Even I can provide it in the inline CSS, but right now I am not encouraging it. Only for critical situations we will be using inline CSS. If I want to make the UL tags list should be of, okay, a UL tag should be list of what should be list style must be of square. I'm telling that it should be of square. See, all the list elements within the UL tag are now changed to square. Earlier it was of by default it is a circle in shape, but right now I have specified that the list height should be a square, so it is being changed to the square. So these are the basic text formatting styles. There are more, and another important thing that I have to teach you is hovering. So hovering means, as you have already seen in the website that we are going to make something hovering. I'll show you. Okay, hovering is nothing but when we are placing our cursor to any particular element inside our website, something will happen. Like we are not clicking it, but when we are just going to place a mouse over to that particular element, whether it's an anchor tag, whether it's a paragraph, whether it's a heading or anything else, some color changes. Maybe their color, font color may differ, maybe their background color may different. So likewise, let's check it that. Usually hovering is usually done for the anchor tags, not necessary, you can do it for any other tags also. So I am going to basically give a anchor tag. Okay, click me will be my anchor tag, and I'm going to give a background color. Okay, background color. Okay, let the background color be what is the current color? That's a blue. So let the background color be blue. See here, like this we can change the background color also. Okay, background color can be directly given like background hyphen color, and it can be blue. If you are just giving the color only, that means the text color is going to change, not the background color. Okay, since the background color is going to blue, I can give the text color as white. Okay, so in order to give the text color, I can just simply call color and can give as white. Okay, see, this is a click me. So now what I want is, when I'm going to keep my mouse over this background color should change to yellow. So that is basically called hovering. So for hovering, I have an additional method, like which all tag needs to be hovered, that I have to mention. I want to hover the A tag. So A : hover. So there is an option called hover. If I'm going to hover the things only for the A tags. So inside that I can place like the color. While hovering, the color should be white only. I don't want to change, or we can change it to black. Okay, fine. Color should be black. Okay, then background color should be yellow. Okay, let's see. So since it is blue and white, that is background color is a blue and the text color is white, I am going to hover it. See, the background color is being yellow and the text color is changed to black. So this is what you call as hover. Hover means when I am going to place my cursor over to any tags or any other elements inside our website, some changes will happen. Okay, so this is what you basically called as hovering. Usually we do hover for A tags, anchor tags, or maybe buttons or something. Okay,